Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're looking at Japan's rail system, probably the most reliable transport network anywhere on Earth.
Yeah, definitely. And when most people think Japanese trains, they think speed, right? The Shinkansen, the bullet train.
Exactly, but the speed, that's really just the flashy part. We want to get into the real secrets behind it today. How does it actually work so well?
It's this amazing mix of operations, finance, culture. It all comes together.
So let's go beyond the bullet train and figure out what makes it tick.
Okay, well, you kind of have to start with the raw numbers because they're just staggering. Our sources, looking at 2024, show the Tokaido Shinkansen. That's the main artery, Tokyo to Osaka.
Super busy line.
Right, the average delay, just 1.6 minutes per train.
1.6. And that includes delays from things like earthquakes, typhoons, stuff they can't even control.
It's almost unbelievable. You compare that to, say, Germany's Deutsche Bahn. They're happy if they hit, 63% on time for long distance?
Yeah, something like that. Or Amtrak in the U.S., maybe 75% punctual on a good day. We're not talking small differences here.
No, it's a completely different world. It's a philosophy.
So yeah, our mission for this deep dive is figuring out how.
Yeah.
How is that even possible?
Exactly. Because it's not just one thing. It's technology, sure, but also culture. And this really unique business setup that came out of a massive overhaul.
Okay, let's start with the operations then. That minute-by-minute precision.
Right. So on time in Japan, it's not like, oh, we arrived within 5 or 10 minutes.
No, the sources say departure has to be within 15 seconds of the schedule.
15 seconds. And arrivals, most are within 6 seconds. They plan this stuff down to the actual second.
That's military precision. How do they manage that logistically? Must be technology.
Oh, absolutely. There's some serious tech involved. You've got 3 main systems working together. First is ATC, automatic train control.
Okay.
That basically regulates the speed automatically, keeps safe distances, takes a lot of the potential for human error in speed judgments right out of the equation.
Makes sense for high speed. Then there are the bigger network systems.
Yeah, for the wider metropolitan areas, there's ATOC. That's the Autonomous Decentralized Transport Operation Control System. Bit of a mouthful. But it lets a central control room see everything, track trains in real time, make adjustments on the fly across the whole network.
And for the Shinkansen itself.
That's where Cosmos comes in. Computerized safety, maintenance, and operation systems of Shinkansen.
Okay, Cosmos, what's special about that?
It's the brain. It manages scheduling, traffic flow, control systems, and this is key predictive maintenance. It tracks equipment health, flags things for replacement before they fail.
Because one breakdown could throw the whole tight schedule off.
Completely. It would cascade. But, tech is only part of it. The human element is just as crucial. The training is intense.
I loved reading about the Shisa Kanko system, pointing and calling.
Yes, it sounds so simple, but it's incredibly effective. Staff physically point at gauges, signals, whatever they're checking, and call out the status aloud. Signal, green, clear.
Engaging multiple senses, right? Touch, sight, sound.
Exactly. Studies show it can cut operational errors by up to 85%. It makes checks deliberate, conscious actions, not just glancing at a dial.
Turns abstract checks into something really concrete. And speaking of concrete actions, there's the 7-minute miracle.
Ah, yes. You see this at the terminal stations when a Shinkansen comes in. This cleaning crew swarms the trains.
7 minutes. That's all they have.
Yep. In 7 minutes, they clear all the trash, wipe down every single tree table, check the overhead racks, and get this, manually rotate every single seat 180 degrees so it's facing the direction of travel for the next journey.
Wow. That's like a pit crew for a train.
It really is. It's choreographed, and it's absolutely essential for keeping those trains moving on schedule.
And underneath all this process and tech, there's the cultural aspect. Punctuality isn't just preferred, it's expected. Deeply.
It's a collective responsibility, and the proof is in those little delay certificates they issue.
Right. If a train's delayed by even 5 minutes, which most places wouldn't even register,
they issue an official paper slip. It's an apology, but it's also proof for your boss or your school that, yes, the train was actually late. It shows how seriously they take everyone's time.
That says so much about the expectations. And one more structural point the sources mentioned, separating passenger and freight lines.
That was smart planning. Unlike a lot of older systems where passenger trains get stuck behind slow freight trains, Japan largely keeps them separate. That just eliminates a whole category of potential delays right from the start.
Okay, so you've got the incredible operational precision, the tech, the human factor, the culture, but none of that works long-term if the business itself isn't sound.
Precisely. And that brings us to the really big transformation, the financial side. Because before this current system, things were not good.
Not good is an understatement, right?
Yeah.
The old state-run Japanese National Railways, JNR, it was a financial disaster zone.
Oh, absolutely. It started losing money back in the 60s. By the 1980s, the debt was astronomical. We're talking trillions of yen. It was bureaucratic, inefficient, losing passengers to cars. Just a mess.
A huge political headache, I imagine. So privatization in 1987 wasn't just an option, it was basically a necessity. How'd they even start to untangle that?
It was radical surgery. They broke JNR up. Instead of one giant state entity, they created 9 separate companies, mostly regional.
Okay.
The big ones for passengers are JR East, JR Central, and JR West, plus a few smaller ones for the islands and freight.
And drawing those regional lines, that was done very carefully, wasn't it?
Extremely carefully. The goal was to make each region mostly self-contained. They figured about 95% of trips would stay within one company's zone.
And they carved it up so JR Central got the real prize, that Tokyo-Osaka corridor.
Yeah, the Tokaido Shinkansen line, hugely profitable. JR East got the massive Tokyo metropolitan area, very dense, lots of commuters.
But hang on, if JR Central got the golden goose and some other regional lines were always going to be less profitable, how did they stop the whole thing from becoming immediately unbalanced? Didn't they just set some companies up to fail?
This is where the financial engineering gets really clever. They knew they couldn't just give away the crown jewels. So they created something called the Shinkansen Holding Company.
Okay.
Initially, the actual Shinkansen tracks and infrastructure weren't owned by JR Central or the others. They were owned by this holding company, and the JRs leased the track access back.
Right, but it wasn't a standard lease, was it?
Yeah.
The fee structure was the key.
Exactly the key. The lease payments weren't based on, the cost of the track or some standard rate. They were based proportionally on each operating company's annual profits.
Wow. So the more profit JR Central made from its super profitable line,
the more it paid in lease fees back to the holding company.
which then used that money to essentially support the less profitable regional lines.
You got it. It was a built-in wealth redistribution mechanism, basically. It ensured the foundational asset, the Shinkansen, benefited everyone and helped stabilize the whole system financially right from the start. The profitable lines shared the burden, you could say.
That's fascinating. It's like engineered fairness.
Yeah.
And it worked.
It worked incredibly well. The bureaucratic fat was trimmed. I mean, they cut something like 90,000 jobs, which is a huge social cost, but shows how bad things were.
Yeah.
Costs went down, revenues went up, and the whole system flipped from massive debt to operating profit pretty quickly. The overall revenue to cost ratio went from way below 1 to like 1.17. And they did this without huge fare hikes.
Which leads us to the other part of the financial puzzle. Yeah. The thing that really sets Japanese railways apart globally, the developer proposition.
This is the secret weapon, I think. These companies aren't just running trains, they are massive real estate developers.
They realized early on that putting in a train line dramatically increases the land value all around it.
And they thought, why let other developers get rich off our infrastructure? We'll capture that value ourselves.
It's baked into their history. The sources mention companies like Hanshin and Hankyu way back. They didn't just build a railway, they built department stores at the terminals, residential suburbs along the line.
They literally built the destinations and the communities that would use their trains. They manufactured their own demand. The train was the artery, but the real estate, the retail, the leisure facilities that became a huge part of the business.
The Tokyu Corporation example is wild. They started as a real estate company first, then built the railway to serve the massive housing developments they were planning, like Tama Garden City.
Tama Garden City, it's huge. 5,000 hectares, planned for 500,000 people, all built around the Tokyu Railway providing access. It's vertical integration on an epic scale. You live there, you shop there, you commute on their train.
And all that non-rail business, the real estate, the hotels, the shopping malls, it generates a ton of revenue.
A huge chunk. For companies like JR West, maybe 20% of their total revenue comes from non-rail stuff. They own hotels, malls. JR East even owns a ski resort, Galeyuzawa, with a Shinkansen station inside the ski center building.
Direct access.
That diversified income stream provides a massive cushion. It helps keep the rail fare stable and allows them to keep investing in that incredible maintenance and punctuality we talked about.
So putting it all together, you see this cycle. Huge government investment initially built the core infrastructure.
Right, the foundation.
Then The radical privatization forced efficiency and created regional focus.
Got rid of the bureaucracy.
And then this unique developer model, integrating real estate and retail, created a stable, diversified profit engine.
Exactly. It fuels itself now. Reliability creates demand, demand supports the diverse businesses, and the profits from those businesses get reinvested into maintaining reliability.
Yeah.
A virtuous cycle.
It's an impressive machine.
Yeah.
But they're not stopping there, are they? There's this new AI experiment that sounds interesting.
Yeah, this is definitely the next frontier, and it's stirring up some debate. JR Central is testing AI right now, actually, this November.
What are they doing?
They're using cameras on some of the newer Shinkansen cars, the N700S on the Tokaido line, and AI is analyzing the passenger footage.
Analyzing. How? What are they looking for?
The stated goal is to tailor services and operations. The AI is trying to extract attributes, clothing, luggage size, estimated age group, gender, maybe even purpose of travel, whether someone looks like a tourist.
Whoa. Okay. That immediately brings up privacy concerns, doesn't it? Profiling passengers.
Absolutely. It's caused a stir. People are making comparisons to, 1984 or Black Mirror, understandably.
How is the company handling that?
They're emphasizing it's a trial, that they're following data privacy laws, anonymizing data, deleting it quickly. They're also telling passengers which specific cars have the cameras, so you can avoid them if you want, and you can request your footage be deleted.
So they're trying to be transparent, but it's still a tricky area. Using surveillance tech to find what? Marginal gains in efficiency or service?
That seems to be the question people are asking. How does knowing my age group or if I have a suitcase really improve the service on a train that's already famously punctual and efficient? It's a really fine line between optimization and intrusion.
It definitely highlights that constant push for perfection. So when we look back at everything, it's clear Japan's rail success isn't just one thing.
No, it's this complex convergence. Engineering brilliance, a deep cultural value placed on time, and this very specific profit-driven corporate structure built on real estate.
Meticulous planning is the thread running through it all.
Meticulous planning, yes. But also, and this is the irony, the profitability that supports it all relies heavily on something less pleasant. Massive population density.
Right. The sources even use the phrase infamous overcrowded passenger transport. Those packed trains, while maybe not fun to be on, are what generate the revenue.
That density is the engine. It allows the companies to make the huge investments needed to maintain that 1.6-minute average delay. Without that sheer volume of passengers, the economics might look very different.
Which brings us to the final thought for you, the listener. We've seen the incredible results of this Japanese system. But given its deep roots in cultural norms and its reliance on extreme urban density and this integrated developer model,
the question is this a universally applicable model for railway efficiency that other countries should or even could copy?
Or is it fundamentally a unique solution, perfectly tailored to the specific conditions of hyper-dense markets like Japan's? Something to think about next time you're waiting for a train.
Indeed. Thanks for diving deep with us today.
Let us know your answers or thoughts down in the comments. We love reading what you guys think. We'll be uploading new videos every week, so if you enjoyed this one, don't forget to leave a like to help us reach more people and hit that little bell so you don't miss what's coming next. Thanks for watching, and see you very soon.